way to help the shoe to retain the shape after the lasting depends basically on a very good quality level of pattern making, and for sure about the use of fabrics for reinforcing, which are stuck on one side of the upper pieces just before the assembling by stitching. But generally they are used basically when the material is very thin, very delicate, or too much stretchable, in order to be able to help the shoe, as I was telling you, to retain the shape after the lasting and when using it. Here are some materials. These materials are, first of all, several. Suppliers like APC can really provide different thicknesses, different weights, different height, because normally they are supplied in rolls. And the most important, let me say, concepts to keep in mind is that, first of all, generally these type of materials could be made by natural fibers like cotton or artificial fibers like polyester. Generally the way to build up and to weave the threads is made by the traditional warp and weft, but the most important thing is they could be sticker or self-sticker and thermoadhesive. Obviously the second solution, it is the most advisable. Why? Because as we can see, not so clearly because of the picture of course, but this side is generally glued and completely coated by different types of glue. It could be EVA based powder, it could be a melted PU based glue, but in any case this type of powders or this type of glue will be heated. Thanks to the heating and the pressure, they will penetrate into the fibers of the back part of the upper material, so this way they can reinforce the upper material in order to avoid or to reduce some issues that we can see later in some videos. This is the toe lasting. So as you can see, the machine, the typical traditional lasting machine, is pulling the upper lining and backing from heel to toe. And thanks to this little detail, I would like to show you that the top line, so the design, the curve, the throat of the upper, it is exactly laying where I put a little dashed black dashed line as a reference. So as you can see, the reinforcing works well, the lasting machine pulls perfectly the upper, and we are not in this case damaging the design or deforming. Let me show you some other type of lasting. Look at that. This is exactly the same style of the upper. It is being cut out in nappa leather. So nappa is the softest material, one of the most delicate. So we do need to reinforce it. But in this case, on purpose, we didn't put any reinforcing. So as you can see, there is a big gap between the reference line and the final result, almost a centimeter. Even if the operator will try to release a little bit the pliers, we don't get the result. We have the first example. This is the lasted upper with reinforcing, so it's well done and well acceptable. The next example is the same upper, believe it or not, exactly the same upper, the same leather, the same line, but without reinforcing. So as you can see, there is a big gap, as we have seen previously in the video, so not acceptable.